Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, subscribe and thank you for watching. Well, today's a story time that happened in May, before Mother's Day, and I really didn't want to tell you this, but because I don't want no negativity or no, I'm not asking for any pity. I'm not asking for sorrow. I'm just sharing my story. Well, on May of 13th, I don't know when it's Mother's Day, I think the 14th, right? 14th. The 13th of May, it was me and my son, because my husband went to work that day around like 8 o'clock, and I was feeding my son with a bottle, and all of a sudden I was burping him, and I put him down to, he burped, and I guess not all the gas came up, but I didn't know. I'm a first time mother, and I laid him down to go to sleep. It was 9 o'clock and he was fussy all night, and I went to put him down and I was rocking him to sleep. All of a sudden I went to lay down. Something told me not to go to sleep, and something told me don't close your eyes. I was exhausted, and something told me don't close your eyes. All I saw, my son's rocker rocking back and forth like this. I woke up. I got up from the bed so fast I screamed. I looked in the bassinet. I turned on the light. He was blue to the face. Blue to the face. His eyes were wide open and not breathing at all. I ran to the living room screaming, Kyle, Kyle, wake up, Kyle, wake up, Kyle, wake up, please, God, help me, please, God, on my hands and knees. Patting him on the back, patting him on the back. All I could say is, please don't let my son go. Please don't let my son leave me. That's all I kept thinking. God, why me? Why me, God, why? That's all I kept thinking. Just kept patting him on the back, saying, God, please make him come back. Please make him come back to me. Until this day, I'm blessed to have my son. That day, I thought I was going to lose my son. That day, I thought I failed as a mother. I thought I failed as a mother, as anything in the whole wide world. I thought I did something wrong because I was so frustrated and I didn't get no sleep, and all of a sudden this happens. So that same day I took him to the doctor. My landlord came from upstairs because my landlord lives upstairs. And I went outside. I called the ambulance. And everything. I called my husband. I'm screaming, my son's not breathing, my son's not breathing. And all I knew, once I got upstairs, he was fine. There was an angel next to me, watching over us. I took him to the doctors, and they asked me a whole bunch of questions. Do I beat my son? Did I shake my son? Did I abuse my son? I cried every second I was in the hospital, seeing my son in monitors. seeing my son in monitors, seeing my son in feeding tubes. I was just a wreck. I didn't sleep for 3 days. I was in the hospital for 3 days with him. No sleep, no eating, nothing. All I can do is drink. I'm just thankful to have my son. He's gonna be 2 years old next month. And I'm just thankful God heard my prayers. And that day, I think I saved his life. I feel like I saved his life. I don't know what I would do if I fell asleep and I didn't see my son shaking in the bassinet, blue to the face. His eyes were white. And I went to the doctor's appointment after Mother's Day, the day after Mother's Day, and I went to his doctor's appointment and they told me he had a seizure. His eyes are white while he was blue to the face. And the doctors that were checking him and while he was in the hospital said he didn't have a seizure. He just had acid reflux. Doctors don't know anything. They just want your money and just to give you stupid information and just give you nothing out of nowhere. That's what doctors are there for. And that was not the only thing that was hurting me so much. That same day my son went to the hospital. The next day, actually no, the same day my son went to the hospital, there was a 13-year-old girl there in a coma in the ICU. Same room as my son, across from his bed. On Mother's Day, she was in a coma for 2 days. On Mother's Day, I went just to take a break to go outside. And I came back up because I wanted to be with my son in the room with him. All I hear is my son crying. From a hallway. You know how hospital hallways are long, really long. And there was nobody on that hallway floor. Nobody. But my son and that young lady. All I heard was my son crying and crying and crying, screaming on top of his lungs, not knowing what the hell was going on. I ran to that room, not knowing what was happening. Doctors, nurses, ER, everybody came in that room. There was 15 people in that room, alone. Nobody attended to my son. He was only 2 months old. 2 months old. Nobody attended to my son. There was a doctor on the computer, on the phone, knowing my son was screaming on top of his lungs. Knowing my son didn't have anybody there with him. I was downstairs. Only 5 minutes I was downstairs for. I regret not being there with him, but when you have to take a break, you have to take a break. I asked what was going on, why nobody was attending to my son while he was screaming his head off. They said the young lady died. All of a sudden, I blew a fuse. Nobody attending to my son. I understand the young lady died. But it's a 2-month-old that's screaming his head off, knowing that they don't know what's going on with him. I couldn't feed him. I couldn't touch him because he had wires all over him. I had to wait until a nurse came and attended him. took care of him because I was so scared if I did something wrong, something would happen. But the doctor said, there's nothing wrong with your son. He's just crying. Don't you know there's spirits in this room right now? Don't you know a child died and my 2-month-old is here? My 2-month-old is here screaming his head off and nobody's attending to him. He could have been moving off the damn thing. He could have fell off the damn... He could have fell off of his bed. He could have climbed off his bed and nobody's attending to him. But there's 15 doctors attending to that lady. That was my worst and final thoughts about that hospital. Not saying the hospital's name. It's in Brooklyn. If I wasn't there, I think my son would have never been attended to. If I didn't yell, nobody would have heard me. So the next day, it was time to take my son home. Everything was fine. He just had acid reflux. All of a sudden, they're taking out the tubes. And you know the name bracelet that they put on the child? I guess kids don't know, 2-month-olds don't know that it hurts, how they put it on them. I looked at his foot, it was black and blue, like somebody broke his leg. That's how tight that ribbon was on him. His name tag was. I screamed at everybody that was in there. I had an emotional wreck. I freaking screamed at everybody. Everybody was trying to calm me down. I was going crazy knowing my son was in a hospital. Nobody was attending to him. All these tubes on him. And I couldn't do anything but stand there and hope for the best. And this is what they do. Abuse my son. They were poking my son. Every needle just to get his vein. I said, stop. Don't do it no more. He's crying. They say I can't. We have to find the vein. They poked him in his back, his spine, more than once. They couldn't find it. His whole back was black and blue. My husband wasn't there because he was on his way there. He was working. It just hurts just to know a child could suffer from anything. I'm just blessed that he's here with me today. And I will never regret anything I did. Never. Because a mother's protection is the best. Mother's safety for a child is the best. Well, I hope you liked this video and comment, share.